Hey Garth, it's good to see you again. Another week, another
Jason,
lasso. Here we are.
yeah, we're finally wrapping up the finale of season two. It's like the third installment. We just can't get enough. Hey, listen, it's great to see you, and I know that you and I have been re-listening to a lot of the podcasts. So I don't want to talk about our guests yet.
hmm
That's what this
hmm
episode is about. Jason, I want to ask you the question: what was a highlight of this season for you outside of our guests?
in just a brief moment, Garth, it's the fact that these 10 themes are so inclusive. What I think extraordinary leadership is about. We talk about being a kinder, more compassionate way to lead. These themes encompass that, and I was
Yeah.
just so surprised as we went through just how holistic the themes are. I can't think of anything outside these 10 themes that I wish we would have put in. And
Mm.
usually I can. Like usually I'm like, oh gosh, there's something else, there's something more. This just seems like, you know, it seems like we got it right, Garth. I feel so good about that. I
Yeah.
think that's what surprises me the most, because I'm rarely holistically satisfied with the end picture, but this one I am. What about you,
You
Garth?
don't think you don't think we should have added like anger management or
Hold on, it's May. You might be on something.
yeah,
what
yeah,
about
yeah,
what about you,
yeah.
Garth? I'm super curious.
Well, I'll do two quick ones. One is I
Okay.
can't believe we got this amazing array of guests. Like that
Oh,
is a real
incredible.
surprise that we were able to, that people were interested and they said yes. And like we're like I can speak for you, I think, on this too. We're just so thankful and grateful and a lot of admiration for these people who came on and gave up their time and energy. But
hmm
for me, like the other big highlight was our listeners. And
hmm
this season, we opened it up to questions and comments, and we had a lot of listeners reach back out to us. And that was a real highlight to hear how they not only are listening to the pod and enjoying the pod, but like the questions that they're asking, the level of engagement.
hmm
That was a real highlight for me. So shout out to all those listeners who reached out to us. Really appreciate it.
Amazing. And I want people to get into this episode, Garth. It is so rich. I
Yeah.
love your conversation about your favorite theme, and I think we pull out a couple really important understandings throughout the course of this. So, what do you say? Should we get right into it?
Yep. Enjoy the show, everybody.
Enjoy the show.
With Garth and Jason, we dive right in. Breaking down Ted's world, let's begin. From AFC, Richmond's field to your day to day. Lassoing leadership's here to stay. Keep leading the lasso way. Together we'll grow stronger every day. So plug in your headphones and let's start the show. With lessons from Ted, we'll learn and grow.
Hey there, Lasso, and leadership fans. Welcome back to Lassoing Leadership. Wow. We just wrapped up season two with our 10 themes. I'm your host, Garth Nichols, and I'm here as always with my co-host, my teammate, my fellow kindness conspirator, Jason Rogers.
Oh, thanks, Garth. It's awfully kind of you. Garth, we have been on quite a journey, haven't we? I think back to season one, we geeked out on Ted Lasso episode by episode. I think this
Hmm.
summer I'm going to go back and watch it, preparation for season
Yeah,
4 of the actual Ted Lasso series. During those episodes, we pulled out leadership gems that inspired us and hopefully inspired our listeners too. It was quite a journey.
yeah, it was great. And then along came season two, where we
Yep.
took all of that learning, 10 themes, distilled it to 10 themes of leadership that emerged from the Lasso universe, and we paired that with what we have arrived at are incredible guest voices and also powerful audience interactions. We got personal, we got practical, and a little philosophical.
Yeah, and a pat on our back, Garth. I said in the last
Yeah,
episode, and I've been thinking about it since. I mean it. I think we really, really did get it right. Those 10
yeah,
themes could be a book. Maybe they should be a book about a kinder, more compassionate way to lead, and how to do it. I think it was a real masterclass, Garth. And speaking of books, it's time for season 3. It's time for the
sure
next
is.
chapter of this podcast. And we come back to Beard's Book Club, obviously a
Hmm.
reference to a great character in the series, Beard. and his love of books and being philosophical. And it is our next evolution of Lassoing Leadership. This coming season, we're putting the spotlight squarely on some amazing authors and thought leaders who spent years researching and writing about what it really means to lead well.
Yeah, and we are expanding beyond the people we know into these authors, and we're so happy with who we have, and we're excited to share that with you. We're diving into books that for us have challenged us, that have grounded us, but also forced us to stretch our thinking. And these are books that help us live into our mission to learn how to lead effectively in a kinder, more compassionate way. So we wanted to share that with all of you and give you, and right now, give you a head start over the summer so that you can read along with us and take part by asking questions, sharing your insights, even offering up your opinions too. Like, we are here for it all.
That's right, Garth. And so starting in September, we'll continue with our triad of pods per book. So we'll likely have an intro. We're going to meet with the author, and then we'll have an outro. We are really looking forward to these conversations and having the actual authors on with us. So, with that, it's your turn to share with us what questions and insights you have. And so as listeners, we really encourage you to get into the book stack and start developing those questions so we can even share them with the authors or explore them further ourselves.
Yeah, and before we share all the books, Jason, you and I have talked a little bit about is there an order that we can go in here that makes sense for leaders, particularly educational leaders, in the ebb and flow? Can you just tell us, you told me, and I thought it was brilliant, tell me a little bit about the method to our madness with the order of the books that we're reading, the ones that we can announce right now anyway.
Yeah, thanks for asking, Garth. And we did talk about this at length, like, where do we start? Where do we end? Who do we talk to first? And I think, I often think about the ebbs and flows of a school year. I'm sure it's the same in businesses and organizations. You start on fire, then slowly you kind of head towards the depths of darkness. And in schools, that usually ends up around middle of November, end of November, where it's a time that's not only dark outside, but it's kind of dark in schools. You kind of run out of energy. Report cards are probably on the horizon or just done, and everything seems to be piling up. Then there's a renewal, certainly as you come through winter break and into term turnaround, which is generally around February. And then you hit the same cycle again as you lead up to spring break. And we all end on a high in June. And every conversation we have in June is, oh my goodness, these kids have grown so much. I can't believe how good the graduates are. This is the best class ever, so on and so forth. And it's, it's delightfully predictable in organization and school year. So we're going to follow that path throughout the year, and we're going to try to give you some resources that will pull you along, give you perspective throughout. So Garth, do you want to get into the reading list, share a couple of them? Go for it.
Let's do it. We are super pumped, super excited. We're going to start by giving our listeners a look into skills, dispositions, and mindsets about how to have civil discourse in an increasingly polarized world. And we're going to start with the author of the book called Outraged. It's by Kurt Gray. Outraged by Kurt Gray.
Really, 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 really good read and listen. So get in there. The second book we're going to get into is a book called Never Quit on a Bad Day by Phoebe Trotman, because we all have tough moments and we all can learn to bounce forward in those moments. And Phoebe's book brings so much perspective. And I have a feeling, Garth, that this is going to be a really insightful, vulnerable conversation with Phoebe. So really looking forward to that.
Yeah, and Phoebe's book is great for leaders, athletes, young kids as well. Like, I gave it to my youngest son, and he's been really enjoying it. The third one is called Calm in the Chaos by Danny Bauer. And to note, Phoebe and Danny are both fans of the show, friends of the show. They've been on before. But we love his book, Calm in the Chaos, and his work with ruckus makers has been incredible. And so these are for our school leaders, wherever you are in the formal hierarchy, but just trying to start the year off right. How do you have calm and a sense of stoicism in the chaos?
And then we move on from there to Thrive by Grant Lichtman. Now, I know, Garth, you and Grant are close. You've done a lot of work together. I had the opportunity to see Grant speak at the most recent NACE National Conference. And this book is about leading through change with strategy, tools, and mindset. And we'll get a chance to talk to Grant about his upcoming book as well.
Wisdom Road.
Oh my goodness. And that, by all accounts, is going to be an incredible recollection of people's voices and experiences across our vast continent. And so Grant is a real gem, as you know, Garth, but he is going to be an incredible guest. I hope people pick up Thrive. It is a textbook for change.
Yeah. And then the last one we're going to talk about today is one of your friends from university days, George Couros, a polymath, if you will. Like, the guy just seems to be doing everything. Super energy, brings so much energy and so much great thinking around the innovator's mindset. That's the book that we focus on. He's written quite a few, but the innovator's mindset is the one that we're working on, because it's challenging educators to rethink learning and certainly rethink leadership for now, but also for in the future. So listen, folks, those are the first. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Jason.
No, I think that's the first 5 of many.
Yeah.
Is I think we're both on the same track, Garth. I can't wait to get into these and explore many, many more with our listeners.
Yeah, and thanks for the suggestions as well, listeners. Like, we really appreciate those suggestions. Keep them coming. But this is our invitation to you to read with us, reflect with us, and most importantly, lead with us. So brew a coffee, mark a page, join us for Beard's Book Club. Get started now. And if you have any ongoing suggestions or authors we could connect with, let us know, because we are here for you and we are here to learn together.
And of course,
keep leading and reading the Lasso way. Thanks, everybody.
See you next season. Thank you, everybody.
Step up to the mic. It's time to play. Lassoing leadership every day. From the pitch to the boardroom, lessons call to mind. Keep leading the Lasso way. You'll find we've got heart, we've got soul, and humor too. Exploring how Ted shows what leaders should do. With Garth and Jason, we dive right in, breaking down Ted's world. Let's begin from AFC Richmond's field to your day-to-day. Lassoing leadership's here to stay. Keep leading the Lasso way. Together we'll grow stronger every day. So plug in your headphones and let's start the show. With lessons from Ted, we'll learn and grow.